Chamillionaire.
Chamillionaire, man.
What's up, buddy?
Man, feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Welcome to B96. We are the Messiah of the Midwest.
No, I'm the Messiah mixtape, so we all good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 1, 2, and 3.
So you got a big album coming out today.
Yeah, Ultimate Victory.
Ultimate Victory.
Man, big album, sophomore album. You know, they always talk about the sophomore jinx and all that type of stuff. So, you know, I'm trying to get past that. And I want everybody to go cop the album. It's definitely a step up from my last album, Sound of Revenge. Everybody knows about Riding Dirtiness. It's just that album, man. So,
hey, you know what? We always had so many jokes. Like Mrs. Pillowpuff over here.
Oh, yeah.
Riding Dirty.
Well, why not clean out the seats?
Riding Dirty. We explain what Riding Dirty is for Mrs. Pillowpuff over here.
Riding dirty is the concept that a lot of people can relate to this, because it's like the police station, every time they pull you over, they get behind you, and whether you're doing something illegal or not, you might be, you know, kind of wondering if your seatbelt's on, or, you know, a lot of people really do ride dirty, and that basically means that you're doing something illegal.
Yes. Now
you're riding with something illegal.
Oh, but I heard this Chamillionaire. I thought he was a white news anchor. My daughter showed me that video.
Oh, you thought that was me? A lot of people get me mistaken for that guy. Bob O'Reilly.
Yeah. So what's the deal with your evening news? You know, like, political analyst now? Or
I shot the video for Hip Hop Police and Evening News together, and I was trying to convince the label, like, you know, we need to create a visual for some of these images. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, like, you get in the studio with a lot of rappers and behind the scenes, and they start talking about all this stuff that's wrong with the world and labels, and then when we have our forum called music, we never talk about that type of stuff. So I figured, you know what, I'd do a video and make a visual for it. But the only difference is, when I pictured it in my head, I didn't picture myself being a white newscaster. And the director, Mark Classfield, he was like, you know, it'd be more powerful if you were a white newscaster. And he's like, man, just look at the prosthetics, just look at it. And I looked at it and I was like, nah, no way, I can't do this, because I don't want it to be corny. And he's like, I swear if it's corny, I'll take it completely out the video. So then I was like, you sure?
Convincing white guy.
Yeah. Once I got in the costume, I felt powerful. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean?
What did it feel like to be a white guy for a day?
I mean, I was like, you know, on the set.
I
was on the set hollering at all. Yeah, he said cabs were stopping. You know, the police weren't messing with me. You know, but it was cool because after getting into the costume, it takes like 4 hours to get into the costume, and the neck was kind of stiff on it, so I was kind of walking kind of stiff, and they're like, "Wow, you got the mannerisms down and everything."
Forgot how to dance.
Yeah, so it was funny. It was real cool, but after I got into the set, I mean the costume and stuff, recently, you know, I actually decided to do some more online stuff because we want to continue the character. So we went to LA and went to Venice Beach, and we dressed up as Bob O'Reilly again. Yeah, it was it was some crazy people over there. Like, some people were walking by like it was normal, because there's some crazy people over there. And we're interviewing a lot of people about current events like George Bush and just all kind of stuff. And it was so funny to see people's responses to the white newscaster, you know.
Hey, did you hear a new survey out today says that hip-hop people and rock stars die early? Let me ask you something, Chamillionaire. Would you rather live 40 years of the hip-hop rock and roll lifestyle, party like a rock star, or would you rather live 70 years like a boring white guy?
70 years like a boring white
No,
guy?
or 70 years like a wholesome family, you know, picket fence.
In other words, your business is killing you young.
I wouldn't even change my life, so if I'm considered a rock star or rap star, then yeah, that's what I want to be.
You want to stay what you are?
Yeah.
Are you a party animal?
No, not really, man. I'm a square, man.
Oh.
Boring, man.
Well, you
I'm boring. I work all day. On holidays, I work.
You have had a little bit of a change. What made you decide to kind of clean up your image?
It's not really cleaning up my image, because my image was already really like that. You know what I mean? I'm just being myself. Like, people are now finding out about me not cursing and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, I never really cursed. It's just now clicking on people's heads, because after Don Imus and all this crazy stuff happened, they came to me like, "What are you gonna do? How are you gonna change up your stuff?" And I was like, "Were you listening?" Like, I wasn't even cursing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then they're like, "Oh shoot!" Now press releases go everywhere. Chamillionaire's not cursing. He's changing his image. It's like, no, I always was that dude. I never smoked. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink.
I know one of your vices.
What? Get money?
No, you're a bowler.
Oh, they told you about that?
Oh, you're a bowler.
They told you
It's a
about the
lucky
bowling?
strike, man.
But what did they
You got
tell
a
you?
lucky strike.
Did they tell you the
Got
truth?
two
Did they tell you the
blocks
truth about the bowling? Like how I beat everybody on my tour
that
bus?
you won't let anybody beat you. That you're
Nah,
like
that's
this
not
competitive-
true. They
you're
can't
like
beat
Michael
me.
Jordan in a bowling alley.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
beat
am.
you, Chamillionaire.
No, I don't think you can beat me.
I beat you at
Let's
ping
go to
pong
Lucky
and
Strike.
bowling.
You can beat me at ping pong. See, the thing about
Okay.
me is, the thing about me is, I don't talk trash at stuff I'm not good at. So everybody at my bus, they always try to talk trash to me and stuff. And I tell them, like, if you see me talking noise about it, you should be scared, because I'm good at it. I'm not gonna talk bad if I'm not. Like, they had never seen me play basketball before, and I was like, all right, man, you don't want to play against me? They're like, nah, let's go play on the court. Let's go play on the court. And then I dogged the whole bus.
That's very smart.
What's your bowling average?
Whatever your average is going to be higher than that. Hey, look, I'm person that's like under pressure. Like if you bowl a strike, I'll bowl a strike right behind you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do. I'm like react real well under pressure. And it's funny because my homeboy, Big Ernest, who I got a car shop with, he was like telling me all the stuff about fishing. He was like, man, we need to go fishing. We need to go fishing. I was like, man, fishing sounds boring, man. I'm working. He was like, nah, man, trust me, it's relaxing. And I was like, all right, cool. I went fishing with him, right? And it was actually pretty fun because I'm watching him fish and he's rolling his rod into the water, you know what I'm saying? And he keeps on reeling it in all fast. And I'm looking at him like, man, you scaring off the fish, man. You got to make the rod look like a fish. He's like, how you going to tell me? I'm a professional fisher. Is that even a word? Fisherman. Fisherman. Okay. So then I'm like, what do you mean you're a professional fisherman? He's like, man, I've been doing this for years. I've been catching fish. I'm like, all right, man, I feel like you just got to make love to the water. He's like, what you mean? I started doing this little R. Kelly wind-up dance. You know what I'm saying? And then right when I started doing it, I promise on everything, I caught a fish. And he's like, that's seaweed. I'm like, because I had caught seaweed before. I'm like, nah, this is a fish. And I pull it in, and it's a big old 38-inch long fish, right? And then he's like, oh, mad because he's the one that taught me how to fish, and I caught a fish, and I'm like throwing it in his face like, I told you.
Beginner's luck.
So I'm quiet on the side of the boat, and I'm looking over at him, and he's over there sad, but he's doing the wind-up dance, and he catches a fish. So I said, I told you got to make love to the water, man. And then, you know, after that, it was just like competition and everything. Bowling, pool tables, like I've been beating everybody.
Nobody has ever beaten you at ringtones.
Nobody.
How many?
I like how you plug that in there, man.
How many for riding, man? How many?
Man, 4 million plus, man. And to
you
this
know
day,
that's the #1 ringtone in the history of the world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Even white anchor men are walking around.
Yeah.
Everybody
Riding
has
dirty.
it. Did you see the White House thing where somebody was like doing a White House secretary speech or something like that, and then the ringtone went off and it was riding dirty? I was like, I think it is on YouTube, you know, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, you know, but the record started getting so big that even when I went overseas, people were like, yeah, I heard your version of Weird Al's song. And I was like, Weird Al's song? That's my song. Like, that's how his record took it to that.
But you liked what he did to your song.
Yeah, I did, because I think that's the reason why I really won the Grammy, because after he did a parody, it was like, well, we got to get the Grammy to this guy, you know what I mean? So, shout outs to Weird Al.
Now, there's a reason your new CD is not going to be leaked, right? Because you don't.
Man,
you
hopefully
have, like,
not.
The ultimate atomic security, right? One engineer. What's the story with that?
Oh yeah. Every time I do a CD, like I don't like go around to all these other studios and stuff and just record all over these places. Like even the label, they have to get the masters and the vocals from me, because I've had problems with stuff before where you record somewhere and then somehow it just mysteriously just shows up everywhere and you're like, how does this keep happening? And people never really have an answer for it, but I always think it has something to do with the person that's recording it and the engineer. Like if that music is there when you leave, it's gonna leak. So I make sure it can't leak if I'm the only one that has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's impossible. So a lot of people can't deal with that, but even with this whole process of this Ultimate Victory album, it was kind of hard for people because they had to keep calling me, and I might be doing interviews, I might be busy. I'm like, you got to wait till I'm done to get it, you know? And I got to personally give it to them, so that's how serious I am with it, because you don't want to spend all this money. Like, people spend millions of dollars recording albums, you know? And then everything just leaks, like, way ahead in advance, you know?
Oh, we had 50 Cent in a couple weeks ago, and he was fuming about that video that leaked with him and Robin Thicke. Oh, my God.
But how does that happen?
Yeah, and he knows how it happened.
Are you pretty fascinated by this 50 Cent Kanye battle thing? It's like a heavyweight championship.
The 50 Cent thing and Kanye, everybody on my bus always kind of argues about it everywhere we go. We go to radio station, they always ask, like, who's gonna win, or 50 or Kanye? But to me, it was like, I spoke to 50. And for some reason, I looked him right in his eyes, and I'm like, man, I don't care. You're not superhuman, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot of pressure, and I know you act all tough, but I know inside of you, you're like, man, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, he looked me right in the face and said, there's no way Kanye can outsell me. And he looked so serious, like so confident. And I'm like, how does this dude have this much confidence? Like, there's no way you can be that superhuman like that. And if you are, I know he goes home and probably just like be crying, like, oh no, what am I gonna do?
He's not worried about Kenny Chesney too, but he says he's not worried about Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, Kenny Chesney that's big dog. I put my money on Kenny Chesney all the time. So
you think he'll come in ahead of Kanye and 50 Cent?
Yeah.